Good morning everyone, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button and it is day 2 of Junk Journal July. Now, I'm going to attempt to do one every single day with you. If you head over to Elora from Wild and Free Art, I will tag her in this video, and I tagged her in my video yesterday. It's her day and she's going to do butterfly, and I think it'll be amazing whatever she does. She's so creative and very arty, so it'll be very different to mine probably. So this is my little journal. Here we are. And we are on day 2 butterfly. So I've already gathered some bits. That's what we did yesterday. And it's going to be a really simple, a really quick one. At the end, I'm going to talk to you about my first July giveaway. Alright then, should we dig in? So what I've done so far this morning when I woke up is I just put some watercolour down. I didn't put it down on the whole page because I knew I was covering up the middle, but I actually quite like that. I was like, oh, that's something interesting. I might do that intentionally. Watercolour, some distress stain, and a pinky kind of metallic paint that I splattered just with, you know, ye olde fan brush. So I did that. I got a pocket from the DigiKit that I am using in this book, which is the Hale Herbology kit rather, from Bee Happy Stationery, and that's going to be a big pocket that's placed there. Then I've got bits from my stash to put in the pocket. I've cut this lovely little lady out of a selection of vintage photographs that I have. I find vintage photographs from basically the antiques places. You know, they might be in an album, or I don't know. I guess they get them from house clearance places. But this is a lovely little lady who was sat on a fence. So I've cut her out, and she's now going to sort of sit on the shelf. I'm going to make it so she looks like she's sitting on the shelf. Don't worry about her legs being cut off. And then we have a selection of butterflies. Now these butterflies have been stamped, they've not been stamped, they are napkins that I have taken apart, and the layer has been put over this vintage book page, which is quite thick. It's got quite a bit of weight to it. So we will be doing a little bit of painting with this. We will be choosing the butterfly. Then I'm going to go around the edge in a bit of gold to make it special. And then we'll be sticking it onto our little lady to turn her into a fairy. So I just want to go through and choose a one that'll have a good contrast. So I'm thinking a blue one. I do quite like these. That is my favourite one. So, or it could be the white one. If you see it, wave and cheer. Oh, I quite like that one actually. But I think I do. My favourite is the blue and the pink. I think it'll go nice with the next page, the previous page as well. Alright then, so we've made that decision. Cutting it out. A little bit of fussy cutting. This napkin is from Tesco supermarket in the UK, £1.50. It is still in the supermarket, well, my local one, and it's one of those that I'll just continue to get because it's a fantastic stash builder. You could make some in fact I don't need to bother with that. I'm not going to fussy cut it out because I just want the wings. So our butterfly is a fairy, but we're using butterfly wings. And this is how, like, interpreting the prompts, it's not as literal as you might think. You just start to think about what the word means. You can think, well, what supplies do I have? How can I make a design with that? you know, I've got some lovely big butterflies that I could have made just like a page with a big butterfly, but because I did the big bee on the other side, I want it to be a little bit different. Oh yeah, yeah. So right now, next, I'm going to paint it. I've got my water here. I could do the pinky gold actually, the pinky one. Pinky. So how's your time been? Am I whispering too much? I know I talk really quiet in the morning, and I mutter, so I apologise. I don't want to do that. And you can tell I'm a bit croaky. Bit croaky of voice. But that was alright. Bit of vocal fry doesn't do anybody any harm. We had a warm, sticky night here in sunny Suffolk. Yeah, could have done without that really. Right, I'm going to put you and you just here for now. Will I be able to do? So, for the little lady to sit on the shelf, this is what I've done. Before I stuck, because I've stuck it onto a little bit of like packaging cardboard from the recycling, I just cut a little slit along the top of the shelf so that I can slip her legs in and then she can sit. And there you go. She's sort of sitting on the shelf. I like that. Right, we might have to just go in with the butterfly wings, even if they're a little bit wet. They should dry really quickly, this stuff. It's still a little bit wet, but it'll be alright. I'm going to snip the wings into two, because I think I can tweak how the wings look and give them a little bit more dimension and bring them a little bit further out, like that, so they look a bit more fairy-like. Yes, that's it. So like, I build my stash with things sustainably. In fact, I got rid of all my stickers. I'm out of shot doing that, I do apologise. I got rid of all my stickers last week. I did a work thing, a little workshop doing junk journaling with people and talking about like buying supplies sustainably and whether the workforce was treated well and all of that kind of stuff. So this napkin was made in the EU. It was actually made in Poland, because they're either made in Poland or Germany. I think they're the people that make the napkins. I'm sure they will make some napkins in this country, but they're not the ones that I've bought so far. So they've not come very far, and they've come from places that I know have good employment laws. And that's just the way I do stuff. I just kind of got to a point where I realised, and I watched a few documentaries, particularly on how these big things do business and how they treat their employees, and yeah, I was like, I don't want my fun to be mixed up in that. So I changed my perspective on it. And it's made me more creative. I definitely think it's made me more creative. It makes me think out of the box when it comes to my supplies. And I know that everything's really unique. Yeah. So I would encourage you, Still use the stuff you have. I've got loads of generic stamps and stuff, and I was talking to somebody the other day because I've got rid of all my stickers. I said, but I just feel like I don't want to just bin these things, that I'm going to keep using them. So yeah, so I'm not saying stop using your stuff, and I'm actually saying that do what you need to do. We all have a different thing in life, but that's just what I'm doing. So I'm sticking my little lady down with my glue. I could probably put a bit more glue on the back so it doesn't come forward. Not that I think it really would, but just to make her a little bit more secure. Look at that. Does she look good? She looks really good. So, here we go. Moment of truth. I like it. So we're just going to put a good amount of glue on the edges. There we go. I think you could probably do, if you have like lots of your own family photographs, like black and white ones, photocopy them. You could make these. Have your own family dancing through your journal. That'd be nice. So to put in the pocket, I went into my stash, and these are out of gardening books, and 2 of them I've cut in the way so they look like Polaroids, and then I've backed them in brown paper. So we've got those 2, and then this one, and then it's very nearly done. It's a quick and easy one. So I can't wait to see what Elora's done. So we're doing them one day ahead, so that if you wanted to start the challenge, we always sort of inspire you the day before the challenge. But you know, you don't have to do it sequentially. You could pick and mix. You could do all kinds of different ways of doing the challenge. It doesn't have to be all finished in July. You could sort of keep it going all summer if you wanted. Really, there's no rules around it. We've got some rules of contributors, but that's just so that things are organised. But for you guys, there's no rules. So there we go. That's our page butterfly, which is page 2. I like it. I do like my paper fairies when I make them like kind of out of real photographs as well. It's quite cute. So she sat on her shelf, and that's it. A really simple page. Right, so the next thing is giveaway time. So I'm going to kind of do 2 giveaways, because July is the Vintage Buttons birthday, really, because I started my channel last year for Junk Journal July when Meg was running it, and so it has like an importance for me. It's what motivated me. It gave me that first month structure of what to do. Yeah, there was just lots of positivity around it. And so I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers, or above 1,000 subscribers, in July. I think it would be an amazing achievement for me, because I have no clue what I'm doing. So I still have no clue what I'm doing. So as part of that, and for a celebration, we're going to do some giveaways. We're going to do a junk journal one and a slow stitch, because I do both things. I junk journal and a slow stitch. So this is the beginnings of the junk journal one, and it is, I call them little boxes of vintage button goodness. So we're doing quite a large journal in this one. I thought I would give one of my large journals that I have handmade and I sell at locally, but I am thinking of doing something like a KoFi page or something. So this is made out of a box that would have held, let me see if I can find one on my desk, or a bit of one. So yeah, it's made out of one of these boxes, a Skinny Whips box. So I like a Skinny Whip. It's that and cereal packet. Yeah, it's about, how big is it? It's 18 centimetres by 11 centimetres. I don't know what that is in inches. It's full of kind of vintage pages. This is from a 1970s flower arranging book, and it was like one of the end papers, so I thought, well, that's where it'll become. Isn't it amazing? The cover is from a sample book of fabrics. In fact, that reminds me, I need to email a local furniture store that I know is going to be refurbished and see if they've got any sample books they want to offload to me. That would be fun. So yeah, it's just a sample book, but it's really nice linen. It's very nice linen. I wouldn't mind some curtains made out of it, but it was like, when I checked in a sample book, it was like £150 a metre. I was like, no. So there we go. More sample book to bind it. It's just very simply stitched in, but there is tons and tons and tons. I wouldn't even know which is the beginning and which is the, I guess it's up to you really, but there's like, this is Victorian music page. This is a 1970s wine book. Was that mathematical or gardening books? There's so much. If I got it, I would take some of the pages out and use them as ephemera, perhaps the lighter pages. This is Victorian Atlas, and I thought I would show you on a map where I am. If you're not from England, if you're not from the UK, and I just say, oh, I'm from the east of England, you would have no idea really. But somebody had helpfully underlined Cambridge. That's where I am currently. Actually, I'm a little bit more this way into Suffolk, but that's where I am. And where did I come from? I came from here, which is like Manchester, Greater Manchester. So that gives you a good indication of, like, I'm from a very different part of the country. That's why I talk very differently from the people around here. But yeah, I come from Cambridge, or I'm living near Cambridge, and I work in Cambridge. Yeah. So there you go. So this is, like I said, this is a Victorian Atlas. It's just packed. It's got two signatures that have similar kind of pages. They sort of mirror one another, which is, when you're planning a journal, I think is the easiest way to plan a journal, is to sort of mirror your signatures. Right then. Let's tie this off. We're going to put it in the box, and throughout the month, I'm just going to put a few more bits in. So you'll be amazed what I can fit in this bit. Yeah. Sorry for knocking the camera, but there you go. You can see it there. So that's it. Vintage button box of goodness, giveaway details, and butterfly. Hope you enjoy it. I will talk to you soon. Tomorrow, should we have a look what tomorrow is? We'll turn the page to have a look. Is blooming envelope, and that'll be me. So basically, I'm filling in because we'd never done this before, and I think all the people involved in it have never done it before. So we have been working really hard, Sandra and myself, behind the scenes to fill the slots. So I'm filling slots, more slots than other people, and I think nearly everybody's filling more than one slot. Yeah, It's going to be good. So, blooming envelope, I'll be giving you ideas, all things envelope. And I can see my paint has come through. That might inform what we do. Or I might just leave it actually. I quite like it like that. We'll see. I'll have a think about it. Alright everyone. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.